This is Dunc and Holder on Sports 1280 New Orleans.
Here it is. Just popped up on my screen from Deadspin. Come to Minnesota, Drew Brees. I think it's the panic as we get toward the weekend and we turn into only a couple of days away from the start of free agency. And don't forget, on Monday, teams are legally open to talking to players and such. You can't sign them until next Wednesday, but you're able to start. And I was teasing, sort of, about the headlines that I keep seeing on Twitter. We've had Robert Mays on from The Ringer before on our show. He says he's already dreaming of Drew Brees throwing the ball to Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook and who else? Stephon Diggs, and then Mike Florio from Pro Football Talks trying to drive the needle that caused the Drew Brees panic. I'm getting last couple of days from my mentions in Twitter. People are panicking. The deal hasn't happened yet. Is Drew Brees leaving? Jeff, get the panic button.
I need to talk you off the Crescent City connection.
I think as I keep talking my way through this, I'm starting to reach for the panic button. I'm starting to do it.
That's the problem in this day and age. We talk about it a lot on the show with the 24/7 coverage of the NFL. It just happens, right? Everybody's weighing in. There's all these different outlets that are charged with covering the NFL, and you end up with your best bet, Larry's, just to get out and go fishing somewhere and get your mind off of it. And we'll talk later on.
Go fishing
about that.
Go fishing.
Just get away from the screen, because the 24/7 coverage, you get bombarded in social media. All of a sudden, panic sets in.
I'm facetious in my panic. I'm still not panic. I'm not at all. And there's a reason why you wrote about it once, I feel like, in this offseason on Drew. I wrote about it once in this offseason. And the column we both essentially wrote was, don't panic. This is not out of the ordinary. It's just not. Every deal we've seen the Saints go with Drew Brees, they push it to a little bit of a limit. There's some bargaining going on, but it gets done. There's no reason to think.
Exactly.
It's not, anybody who's writing these things don't understand the landscape or just doing it for shock value.
They're doing it for click value. I mean, come on. Drew Brees contract, they know Saints fans they're among the most rabid fans on the internet. Been proven. Saints have analytics on that. Saints fans are all over the internet, and it works.
Drew Brees is a fantastic quarterback. I mean, this should be a compliment to the fact that clearly for the last almost, dozen years now, we've had one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, one of the best quarterbacks over the same stretch as Tom Brady, other players like that. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, other teams who are desperate to feel the euphoria of what the Saints felt in 2009. Everybody wants that, and everybody's going to do that. That's why I say stay with your local people. Like, everybody who has boots on the ground here in the city know what's going to happen. Anybody else outside of these walls, specifically the area, that includes our competitors, that includes people like, obviously our friend Mike Triplett, who works for ESPN, but he's here in the city. That's the way it happens. Like, anything outside these walls, it's going to be fodder. It's going to be tabloid specific. It's going to be just absolute pandemonium until it happens, and then we just go back to regular programming.
Or Mark Sessler from NFL.com tweeting, the Bears need a backup quarterback behind Mitch Trubisky. Wonder if Chase Daniel would make some sense. Spent years with Matt Nagy in Kansas City. What if this is all the plan? They're going to let Drew Brees walk. Chase Daniel's going to go to Chicago.
Taysom
Hill time. Tony Romo 2.0.
The Taysom takeover.
Let's get started. And then they can go spend on whoever they want, because Taysom Hill costs about as much as a cup of coffee.
I love how Peyton backtracked on that at the Combine. I didn't say he's the next guy up. No, you know what you said exactly? You said the next quarterback is in the building. That's what you said. Or Troy Aikman's misquoting you.
Maybe the next quarterback is Willie Snead, and he's going to overthrow an open guy and ruin
that pass was
play.
so pretty, though.
Classic
Man.
SB.
Hour number 1 is up. Hour number 2 is on the way. We'll head outdoors. Literally. We'll talk with our man Todd Masson, and we'll keep taking your phone calls. And we want to get your Saints free agent wish list. I'm going to be working on a piece this weekend, and what's your insight? So 504-260-1280 is the number to get involved here. Sports 1280, NOLA.com, and the iHeartRadio app. Country Fried Friday on a Dunc and Holder.